Freedom and beauty to everyone. I am the Technomage and welcome to. Oh, finally. I'm done with this shite. My review of The Witcher Blood Origins Episode 4 final episode. Oh, I cannot believe that it took me so much work to do a review of a 4 episode miniseries. I just didn't have the motivation to make this. I mean it. This thing is so bad. I just didn't care. I don't care about the series. I don't care about the characters, the story, their interactions, nothing. And I don't know if it's because I think the main problem of this series is the fact that it is just 4 episodes long. That is not enough time to write, to tell a story, to flesh out the characters, make you care about them. And I don't care. I don't care for a single one of these characters. I don't care about this series. This series has no reason to exist. If this series didn't exist, it wouldn't matter. So anyway, I'm going to skip through the episode. I'm going to go really fast through it, so bear with me. So we begin the episode with the Empress finally opening the portal to another dimension after making a deal with Balor, but Balor has his own plans. And he sacrifices his apprentice to obtain the chaos magic and all the power he so much desired. He betrays Erondir. No, sorry, Erindir. Yes, Erindir. He betrays Erindir and transports him and his men to another dimension. Meanwhile, Skian arrives with Fionn in front of the Empress and demands her payment, but the Empress betrays her. Meanwhile, Ayla tries to start a riot inside the city by inciting the Lowborns to revolt. And they start singing her stupid song. And she succeeds. The Lowborns start revolting, and the Empress has some one-on-one time with Fionn, trying to explain the purity and righteousness of her motivations and that everything she did was for the greater good, but Fionn is not having it and he finally transforms into his monster form. And now these two are a thing? When did they... I mean, I know that he was in love with her and that they mentioned in the previous episode that they had something, but when did that something rekindle? I don't know. As I said, they don't have the time to explain anything in this series. So these three begin. They prepare to fight all the guards inside the citadel. And Ayla confronts the Empress and she stabs her, and after giving her this very long and self-serving and self-righteous and honestly very, very cliche speech about freedom and oppression and whatnot. And we finally have the fight between the Witcher and the monster, and it would be a really good fight if it wasn't so short. And meanwhile, Balor returns from the other dimension with his new magic, and he's confronted by the two mage siblings, but he is juiced up with his new magic and almost burned them to a crisp. And the Empress dies, and Fionn finally transformed into a complete monster. His mutation is out of control, and he becomes this authentic monster. So he grabs the sword of a statue and he slaves finally kills the monster. Meanwhile, Sindril realizes that he has to use her sister magic of linking things, because that is the magic they use to make Fjol into a monster with that creature's heart. By linking the heart to Fjol, she links Sindril to Balor's new magic, and he tries to use it to sacrifice his life and destroy the monolith. Now the monster has been slain, everybody is alive, everything seems to go peachy. Oh bloody hell! But get this, Ayla just starts singing, and the monster Fjol suddenly calms down. That's all it takes, the power of love. So, in the end, Ayla is the one who kills Fjol and gives him peace of his monsterification, and Sindril destroys the monolith, sacrificing his life, but that doesn't have the effect that he hoped, because he triggers the conjunction of the spheres, and the skies all across the Empire are showing other stars and other moons and other planets and other worlds, and ta-da! Now we have humans. So the whole world now is kind of effed up. The heroes depart. Erondir now is in another dimension alone, almost dead, and we see our first wink of him becoming the king of the Wild Hunt. And we have our first mission board, notice board, announcing the presence of monsters. And get this, there was this controversy that the design of one or two of these posters was stolen from an independent artist who made his own designs for monsters, and the production team of this series apparently stole his designs and put them on this show without crediting the independent artist. So Ayla is pregnant. Yes, she's pregnant. I forgot to mention that in my review of the previous episode. She had sex with Fjol before and after his transformation. Yes, she actually had sex with him when he was all twitchy and feral and all of that. And now she's pregnant with a child. The narrator mentions that has a special blood. So I guess this first version of a Witcher is not infertile like the latest version, like Geralt. So the girl that has visions touches her belly, and she has a vision, a premonition about the future and about this baby. And that's the end of the story. Jaskier has all the information he needs to bring this story back to life, and that's the end of the series. Then they play the song during the credits, sung by Jaskier. Obviously, I'm not going to put the song here for obvious copyright reasons, but honestly, it's not that good of a song, so I don't even remember how it went. And Netflix, what were you thinking? I mean, how much money did you waste on this to do practically nothing? Because, as I said at the beginning, I don't care about this series. This series didn't make me care about it. I don't care about the characters. I don't care if they lived or die. I mean, many characters died in this series, and I don't care. Fiol died. I don't care. Sindril died. I don't care. He was trying to make amends for his research into the monoliths and their portal opening properties. I don't care. I mean, honestly, I care more that Valor murdered his apprentice to obtain more power. That one actually made me sad. The rest, nothing. And by the end of the series, they continue saying that Ayla is the key to everything, that her actions will have so much repercussions and impact for the future, and honestly, it sounds so undeserving. In these 4 episodes, they didn't show anything that show us, that makes us believe that she was that important, and she wasn't. I mean, what did she do? What is her legacy? A song? That's it. A song that may I remind you, a song that was forgotten. The elves forgot about her and the Seven and her bloody song. Because what did Ayla do? The one that actually orchestrated all of this was Skian. She's the one who came up with the plan, surrendering Fiol to the Empress to claim the reward so they could have an opportunity of entering the city and the palace. And Sindril had the idea of creating this mutant to slay Valor's monster. And maybe even Valor had more impact in this series than Ayla, even though he was a cardboard cut one-dimensional character. So can somebody please explain me how Ayla was so important for this series? Because in the first episode, this entity that recruits Jaskier to bring this story back to life, to remind the elves of their history, that entity says that the Seven were led by the Lark, by Ayla. How was she the leader of this group? She wasn't. And again, I think the greatest problem with the series is the fact that it's so short. In 4 episodes, you cannot create a compelling story. Even anime series have. Some anime series are just OVAs that last for 4 or 6 episodes, and they actually made it work. But this series didn't make it work. And as I said, the existence of this series is irrelevant. If Netflix had not made this project, nothing would have changed. This series, its greatest sin, beyond being boring as it was, uninteresting as it was, it is that it is irrelevant. It has no impact. There was no need to make this series. So if you are watching my reviews, stay with my reviews. Don't waste your time watching this series. Your time is better invested watching anime. This is the Technomage signing off. Thank you for watching, for enduring with my prattle, and I hope that at least I made this series sound more interesting during my review, so you can settle with what I tell you and you don't waste your time watching this. Goodbye.